The body is just used as a vehicle then. So such a person is called one who has gone beyond life and death. Janma mrityu jara dukkhaihi vimuktaha, becomes free of janma, of birth, of mrityu, of death, of jara, old age, and old age dukkhaihi, the sorrow of this all. See, even in life when we are totally conscious, when we are healthy, when we have proper, our mind and intellect is proper, when we have not bonkers up there, when economically, socially everything is comfortable, we feel, Areva, very nice, life is so wonderful. Everything is so great joy. But this doesn't last long. Because body, after all, it keeps on changing. Mind also keeps on changing. So there is more of sorrow, more of pain, more of struggle, more of all sorts of agitation than the joy. So janma mrityu jara vyadhi, janma mrityu jara dukkhaihi vimuktaha. But if we analyze, we will find that this janma and mrityu is there for the body. Sukha dukkha is there for the mind. Old age and all is also there for the body. So all these experiences which we claim to be ours, they belong to the body, mind, intellect structure. They don't belong to me. They are belonging to this prakriti, to these three gunas, not to me. So when one comes to comprehend this directly, experientially, existentially, when one comes to comprehend this, vimuktaha, that person becomes free because he is always free. And such a realized master, amrutam ashnute, attains the state of immortality. See, one may feel that, oh, this appears to be something very abstract, or it may appear to be something very difficult to comprehend. Or one may feel that it is some difficult thing, maybe nobody must have attained this. That is also not true. Many have attained in the past, and many have attained in the present, and many will attain in future also. This is not something which is unnatural. It is not something which is unnatural. It is also a natural state of being. So great Mahatmas like Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi, he also through this, by his meditation and by recognizing, transcending his body, mind, intellect, he could recognize his own self. And when he recognized his self, he became free of all fears. You know the story of Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi. He was young, he was 17 years old or something, and then suddenly he was overpowered by fear of death. He thought, I will die now. And nobody was there at home. So he was alone, and he felt that, oh, I will die. And he was wondering, what is the meaning of death? What happens? We always hear about others dying. Sometimes it becomes just a number. See, when one person dies, at least we say, oh, that name, someone's name is there. When 4 or 5 people die, it is just a number. We don't go into names. And when larger number dies, it is also just a number. And tsunami and all, thousands die, it's just a number. We cannot even comprehend, understand what it means. It is just numbers. So we keep hearing about death, that this person died, that person. If you open the newspaper, you will find the list. So we also will, this same phenomena will happen to this body also. So that fear gripped our Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi. He was going to school, he was perfectly healthy, nothing was wrong with him. And when that fear gripped him, he decided, he was like a scientist only. He said, anyway I am going to die and no one is there. Let me just experience this death. Because this is the final experience which we can get in this life. all sorts of experience, but final crux of the experience is there. So he said, let me experience this death consciously. So he just laid down on the floor and he thought that let me imitate this death. Let me die consciously. So when a person dies, his body becomes stiff. So he made his body stiff. And then still he felt that I am still alive. Body is almost stiff. Even his breathing had slowed down. But still he felt that I am still alive. That my body is not making me alive, but something else is there. Then he looked and he found that all these thoughts are making me feel that I am alive. My thoughts are still there. My feelings are still there. Even a person in coma or sometimes totally lying like that, but still the mind is functioning. Emotions are functioning. Sometimes the doctor says something and that person responds. So that mind is still there. Body is almost all the functions have stopped. So he felt that the mind is still there and that sense of I is still there. Then he felt that let me focus my attention on this I and find out that how it dies, where does it go. So he just stared, he just became supremely conscious of his own presence, I. Became absolutely aware of that because he felt that it is different from this body, so let me just become aware of it. So when he became aware of that I, a very strange thing happened, that I thought or that I vritti also disappeared, and there was no thought, there was no movement in the body, there was nothing, but he felt his own presence, which was beyond all thoughts, beyond all imagination, beyond all the feelings. He just experienced his own presence. It's like the light which was thinking it is the moon, suddenly comes to know that I am that light. And moon is moving in me. I am not moving with the moon. Moon is moving with me, in me. I am that light. If the moon disappears also, I remain. It doesn't matter for me. Moon is just for entertainment of the world. If moon disappears, I exist. Even if the body disappears, I exist. This he experienced directly. And when he experienced this, again he became conscious of the body. Again became conscious of the mind. The mind started functioning, the emotion, the thoughts and all. But his understanding that I am beyond this body and this body is just my dress outwardly, it remained firm. From an ordinary person, he became a great Maharshi. From Venkatramana, he became Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi. And the same path he taught to everyone. Whoever came to him, he said, if you want to experience that supreme bliss, which is your own nature, you trace this I and go to its source. And once we go to its source, we transcend birth, death, old age, and all sorrow, become free and experience the state of immortality here and now. Spirituality talks about here and now. Spirituality doesn't talk about Swarga, about going to Brahmalok or going to other fantastic places and all. Spirituality is not a sightseeing, tourist department or something. Spirituality says you have to experience here and now, because the reality is here and now. If anybody tells you that you will get something there and then, that is just a promise. You won't be able to come back and complain also. It's just a promise. Here and now, if you want to experience, then this is the path. So thus Bhagavan concludes his teaching to Arjuna, and he was just, Bhagavan was just feeling very happy with himself. He was relaxed, comfortable, And he thought now Arjuna has understood the whole thing. But then Arjuna raised his hand. He said, I have a question. So Bhagavan says, okay, ask your question. So Arjuna's question, Arjuna Vacha Kairlinge Strin Gunanetan Atito Bhavati Prabho Kimacharak Katham Chetan Trin Gunanati Vartate Kairlinge Strin Gunanetan Atito Bhavati Prabho Trin Gunanati Vartate. Arjuna Vacha. The whole Bhagavad Gita is in the form of a dialogue between Bhagavan Krishna and Arjuna. Arjuna knew Bhagavan Krishna right from his childhood and all. And he had great affection for Krishna. Bhagavan Krishna also had great affection for Arjuna. And they were very close to each other. And they used to talk about so many things. They used to chat regularly about many, many things. But they never chatted about Bhagavad Gita. Because Arjuna never asked, and Bhagavan also did not express. But they had a very wonderful relationship. In fact, once Arjuna was sleeping, lying down, and he was murmuring something. So Bhagavan came there, and then the others, what you call, they were this, and they said, okay, Arjuna is sleeping, let me. He said, don't wake him up. I want to go close to him and hear what he's whispering. He was in sleep, and in his sleep he was saying Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. He was saying Krishna, Krishna. Bhagavan said, that's what I want to hear. That is all I want to hear from my devotee, that they take my name with so much love and devotion. When they take my name, that itself is a great joy to me. Actually, taking somebody's name is the expression of it also can be expression of our love. So they had a great relationship, but he took Bhagavan only as his friend. He never considered Bhagavan Krishna as his guru. See, friend gives advice. Friend can give advice. Aisa karo, vaisa karo. Sometimes we argue with our friends. And advice is a wonderful thing that we need not follow it. In fact, those who ask for advice, they rarely follow it. Please advise me. Will you follow? No, I will decide that. I will ask for somebody else's advice, whether I should follow his advice or not. So, but when we go to a guru, we ask him to show us the path on which we are ready to walk. We are ready to move ahead. So it is our Swami Vivekananda also used to tell about a great story that one pilgrim, he reaches one village and he wanted to go ahead there was some temple, but as he reached there, he found that there are 2-3 roads are there, lanes going. So there was this little tea shop where he was sitting, he had a cup of tea. And he asked that person who was selling tea that please tell me which road goes to the temple. And he ordered some tea, he ordered pakode also, he was totally relaxed, he kept his bag there, he was like, kaun sa rasta jata hai and all. And that fellow did not reply. He did not reply. Then he finished his tea and all. Again he asked, kaun sa rasta jata hai? Still he did not reply. Then he just picked up his bag and looked and started walking. Then he said, oh, बीच वाला रास्ता आप ले लीजिए, that will take you to the. He said, I was asking you. He said, that time you were not interested. You were interested in pakode. Then you would ask me again, कौन सा रास्ता जाता है, you know. So, but now you were ready to move. So my words will reach you directly. Otherwise, you will unnecessarily keep on asking me again and again. You will not remember what I said. So similarly, we approach a teacher and ask कि कौन सा रास्ता जाता है, where beyond the three gunas to reach that state of enlightenment. कौन सा रास्ता जाता है संसार में? That is a samsaric teacher. But this teacher, a spiritual teacher, is one who shows us the rasta beyond the gunas. So Arjuna was asking Bhagwan, after listening to him, he asked, please tell me, what is the sign of a person who has gone beyond these three gunas? Because I want to know, I want to understand. He was a jidnyasu. He wanted to understand everything very clearly. The word Arjuna also means one who is straightforward. Rujutvat Arjuna, one who is straightforward. Whatever was in his heart, he used to just express. A very wonderful person. Innocent, straightforward. When he was feeling scared, he told Bhagwan, I am getting scared. When his mind was totally confused, he told Bhagwan, I am confused. When he did not understand what Bhagwan said, he said, I don't understand what you are saying. So he is a straightforward person. And that is one of the lakshana of a good student. So Arjuna uvacha, he asked, Hey Prabhu, please tell me, Kaihi lingaihi trin gunan etan atito bhavati Prabhu. That how do we know that the person has transcended this